You know, when you're growing up, especially in the late 70s and early 80s, when you're in your developmental years, you always look for people who you want to emulate, who you want to be like, maybe because, you know, we only know what we know. And so the folks that, as I looked at adults and say, I'd like to do what they do as I grow up, I got the majority of that from my teachers and from my coaches and from those folks who we associated with every day. And I am 100% positive those connections I made with the adults during that time is what led me into the career that I ultimately came to. It's a really unique place. I have a lot of friends I still connect with, associate with today, and they're graduates of Southwest High School as well. And so we always wanted to do more, and so we've always been consistently persistent in who we are and what we do and where we go as a group and as a school system. I firmly believe in local education, and education being a local effort by that community and that community having input. And so I would say that we have had to go through some turbulent times, pandemic being one, and seeing the folks, you know, it happens everywhere throughout the world, but seeing how folks stepped up here at Southwest was one of those kind of memories I'll take with me through life. How we moved from coming to school one day, the next day everything's going digital, and the only connection we have is using technology, and that normally in the educational world would have taken 5 to 10 years to get to, and our educators did it overnight. And you know, it's not a great situation, but the way we responded, the way we persisted through it is, I think, the DNA of Southwest ISD. If you're passionate about what you do in a classroom, you'll be passionate about what you do outside the classroom. And there are so many different opportunities and so many different trajectories an employee can take in education. And so I would encourage them to experiment with it. At the end of the day, you gotta have a love for humankind, you gotta have a love for youth. And if you have those two things, set your goals and just try to achieve them. My goal was never to get a doctorate, but I knew, looking at the people I was trying to emulate and be like, they all had one. And so I knew it had to become part of my toolkit. And so that's what started me on that journey to make sure that I had the credentials in order to have the position. And so I would encourage them to look at what credentials are necessary, what are your challenges, your obstacles, and then set some SWOT goals and start heading down to where you want to be later in life. My name is Lloyd Verstuyft, and never forget, we are Southwest.